Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar, author of the Corrective Exercise Solutions to Common Hip and Shoulder Dysfunction. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider. We're going to discuss our go-to pattern for improving scapular stability, especially in those clients and individuals that have chronic neck and or shoulder issues. The most important concept I want you to take from this video is that most of our clients that have shoulder and or neck issues don't have weakness. They actually have control issues. In fact, they have trouble controlling upward rotation and posterior tilt of the scapula. In other words, they have trouble controlling the scapula upon the thorax and the thorax underneath the scapula. Basically, what we want to look at is what patterns can we do to improve our client's ability to control their scapula. Because just doing retraction type exercises or serratus pushing type exercises will strengthen those muscles around the scapula. They don't change how the brain and nervous system is controlling those muscles. And that's why so many clients struggle, even though they have strong serratus or strong scapular retractors. They don't change their patterns because they haven't changed the messages of the brain, how the brain controls those muscles around the scapula. One of the easiest and go-to patterns we have for retraining position as well as control of the scapula is a modified wall plank. And we came up with this because we needed something to allow our clients to be in the upright position and that they could easily do anywhere where they have a flat surface or flat wall surface. So we came up with a modified wall plank as a go-to exercise to help bring those scapula into upward rotation and posterior tilt. Basically, to get the scapula to sit in more control upon the thorax. Now what we do from this position is we teach our clients to then do an elbow extension pattern, because that's essentially what they need to do when they start to get into the plank position or push-ups and different pushing type patterns. We like this pattern because it biases the client into that position that we talked about, upward rotation and posterior tilt. So I'm going to demonstrate that pattern now. So I'm going to place my hands against the wall so the forearms are flat and the wrists are straight. And this is important. The wrist must be straight, the hand must be spread out, because what helps you control the scapula is the information that you're receiving from your hand. So the hand must be spread out, the hand must be straight relative to the wrist and forearm, and I'm going to feel as if I'm pulling the wall gently apart between my hands. I'll keep a long spine, my rib cage will be stacked over top my pelvis. So my thoracolpelvic cylinder stays aligned, my head and neck stay aligned, and now I'm getting the scapula to wrap around the rib cage, or moving to that upward rotation and posterior tilted position. So from here, I stand about a foot to 2 feet away from the wall. My hands will go against the wall. I line up my thoracolpelvic cylinder, get long through my spine, feel as if I'm pulling the wall gently apart between my hands. Step back a little bit further, and now I just push away, just like I'm doing a wall push-up or a tricep extension away from the wall. And that way, my scapula is staying nice and controlled here on my rib cage where they belong. So I do a few repetitions. And then what I have my client do is step away from the wall and put their arms down to the side, because that's the position of where the shoulder blade should be naturally. Now again, in the wall position, it's a little more abducted than it needs to be, but as long as the client gets that upward rotation and posterior tilt, their shoulder will be in a better position. Then all they have to do from the wall is bring their arms down to their side, and that's generally speaking where their shoulder blades should be sitting upon their thorax. Then all the patterns we do from there reinforce the upward rotation and posterior tilt, or that wrapping effect of the scapula upon the rib cage. And we've been very effective with working with so many clients with chronic shoulder and neck issues, including myself, helping to improve my own shoulders and neck issues by using this one simple exercise. So I hope this video helped serve you, and I hope it helped you understand what we want to create with the scapular position. And that is not about strength. It's not a strength issue, it's a control. It's an alignment and control issue. Help your clients align and control their scapula, help them align and control their head and neck and their thorax, and you'll solve a lot of your clients' chronic neck and shoulder problems. If you want further resources, check out Corrective Exercise Solutions for Common Hip and Shoulder Dysfunction, which will go through all the anatomy, biomechanics, and show you all the exercise progressions we use with our own clients in our clinic here. This is Dr. Evan Osar. Have a great day.